death. You know what I mean?
Right.
So when you look at it like that, you know, and like what that experience helped kind of form was this appreciation for life. And when you look at it as not like a fear of death, but an appreciation of life and maybe a reverence of death, then it doesn't become anything that you have to fear. That's how I look at it, I guess. Yeah. You know,
I guess I've never really feared death. I've feared like all the things leading up to it. I've feared
that makes sense.
Yeah, I've feared letting people down. I've feared with Alzheimer's. I've feared forgetting people, forgetting times and things, and
when they call that like the living death or something because you don't.
That aspect of everything is what scared me.
Right.
Not exactly death itself, but just leading up to it, like the acts before you get to the ultimate blue screen.
Right.
You know, it just it's. I don't know. It's difficult to explain, and it's definitely difficult to feel.
I mean,
so with that though, I don't know.
But we were talking about like your phone does these cool things with like pictures and memories and just like helping. I think, and you were talking about like writing a lot and like rewriting stuff, and that's a great exercise for memorization. Yeah. And I think that, but I think that,
I felt that with tests too. Like in school, I'd rewrite what I learned, just to kind of put it back to the top of the deck.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's another reason why my wife hates the fact that I have 7,000 notebooks.
Sure.
But at the end of the day, that's helped me cope. Yeah,
and I think that's that's what I think about when I talk about like this appreciation for life is not, we all do what we have to do to get through each day. We go to work and we take a shit and hopefully shower and stuff like that. But that's those are merely the things that we do to keep ourselves like somewhat healthy. I guess because you can't be healthy if you're homeless, and living on the streets, kind of thing.
Exactly.
But enjoying the things that life gives us is a way to live. I think, and so doing those things, being an active participant in your own life, right, is a healthy thing. Well,
and I look at even though she hates that the notebooks kind of pile up and take up physical space,
right.
The financial side of it is they're cheaper and less harmful in the long run than say Zoloft or a different medication. It's just my pain reducer. It's my that's my medication essentially.
Sure.
Yeah. But to take it from that aspect, like the fears and that kind of thing. I'll roll this into something a little bit more positive.
Okay.
I don't have a better segue than that. But
segues are dumb.
I've never ridden one. But this Friday, the 13th, Friday the 13th,
yep,
is me and my wife's 5-year wedding anniversary.
Oh shit!
Right. So,
dude, you're stuck with her now.
Right. I'm in it. I'm in it to win it. She doesn't know it yet, but I'm going to take her out to dinner, and I work third shift still.
Yep.
And I am going to get off work at about 8:15 in the morning. I'm going to come home
Friday morning.
Yep.
Okay.
Get off work, come home, spend a little bit of time with her, maybe do breakfast, whatever, and then I'm going to take her to a spa where I'm going to get her the full treatment, pedicure, manicure, massage, all that stuff, have her taken care of. So as kind of like a little celebration of the job offer coming through and things starting to pick up. And also just, I know that this whole time of being out of work has really stressed her out. It's stressed me out also, but
sure.
The object is not to take care of myself. The object is to take care of my wife.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna
the mother of your children.
Yeah. So
That's very cool, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna take her out and treat her for a day and see if that doesn't kind of take the weight off her shoulders, at least for a little bit.
Yeah.
Treat her to a day and get her away from the kids, get her away from the house,
right?
And fill her belly and massage her muscles.
Hey man, that sounds good.
Yeah. No, so I'm excited about that.
That reminds me. I actually. It reminds me back at, like around Christmas time. I was like still kind of like in the dating, like the early dating stage of the lady who's now my ex-girlfriend. But I remembered that was like what I got her for Christmas was like she, when like as we were dating, I found out that her father who, had, I think maybe he still has it. He still has the business, but he's had to like sell some parts of it. And, she had moved back from Peoria after a bad breakup, and she was living with him, but they were saying that he hadn't been making the mortgage and that they were going to foreclose on the house.
Yeah.
And she was just super stressed all the time. And, I was like, well, a spa might be a nice thing. So I got her like a certificate for a spa, and I just remembered that. And I don't think she had ever used it. But she broke up with me like a month ago, right?
Yeah.
And she came into Village Inn on Sunday randomly, and it kind of knocked the wind out of me, like because she kind of walked straight up to me like very confident. Like she's always been a very confident person.
Yeah.
She walked up to me and she smiled like we were still dating, which was like really weird. And she even like as she like got close, she almost like leaned in like she was going to kiss me, and I was like, whoa, this is
right.
Like I haven't seen you in a month. Yeah. And so we talked a little bit, and then like. I think I was just shocked, and I think she could tell, and she sent me a text, and she's like, "Did I ruin your day?" And I was like, "No," but I was like, "Look, all these things are happening. You're coming in here like nothing's wrong."
Right.
And I was like, but maybe we can talk about it sometime. So I kind of was under the impression that maybe she wanted to get back together, but we went out to dinner today, and that was not the case, which. I'd been thinking for the last few days, like since we had this conversation, like would I get back with her? And I think the practical side of me that wasn't like face to face with her, because I still, had feelings for her, And I was like, if she wants to, like, I probably will not be able to say no, but I know that it's not a good idea, But everything was fine because she didn't want to get back together with me anyways. So I didn't have to make any hard decisions. It was made for me. But
hopefully whether it's with her or somebody else, you can experience that end all be all happiness, but I don't know. I've got your back either way.
Yeah. Hey, if you know anybody, if you're listening and you know anybody who likes tall, very busy, kind of goofy-looking comedian, like picture Mikey from Recess was a real human being. If you're into that or know somebody who is,
come give
shoot
Jake
us a
call.
message.
You can hit up the Facebook and book us for a date.
Yeah, you can do that.
If you're
we probably won't even charge you much.
If you're too nervous to book just Jake for a date,
Brandon is available too.
You can book both of us at the same time, and I'll third wheel it and make it even more awkward.
So that's that. There's
not
much that needs to be said. But this week I've got the Raccoon Motel show tomorrow. Next week is going to be fun because I'm doing a storytelling show, which I've never done before. I like Ari Shafir for a long time.
Yeah.
Well, created. He doesn't. I don't think he runs it anymore. But did the This Is Not Happening show, which is a fun comedians tell stories and it's great. And so
it's less a comedian being a comedian, but telling a funny story.
Right. So so the comedians are able to relax a little bit. They don't have to be on,
Yeah.
But they're funny stories anyway, so they just tell the story as it happened, or however they tell it.
Yeah.
So I'm doing one of those next Wednesday at the Raccoon Motel, a week from today. the 18th of April. If you're in the Quad Cities, there's going to be a lot of very talented, funny storytellers.
Is it fully booked, or do you got spaces that need to be filled?
I am not in the production of this one.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
But I will, after the episode, I will get with you, and I'll give you the person who's booking it, and I think you just email her and say, "Hey, I would like to be on it," and if she has the space, she'll get you on.
Gotcha. Okay.
But
nice.
the theme is a party night that went foul or went south.
Yeah.
You went out to have a good time and it did not end in a good time. And I've got tons of those stories. So
I got a bunch.
I was very good at that. So that's next Wednesday, the 18th at 8 o'clock, I believe. And then the 19th, I've got a bunch of out-of-town people. Jesse Tuttle from
Very
Champaign.
Cool. Yeah.
Joey Ficken and Dave Melendez from Central Iowa. They both live in other places now. Like David lives in Chicago and Joey lives in Texas, but they're doing a little mini tour.
Cool. Very cool.
Might have Zach Peterson, who is a very funny headlining comedian from Chicago. Anyways, a bunch of stuff.
I've heard the name. I've never seen him perform.
He's hilarious.
Good. That's awesome.
And you've seen Jesse, right?
Absolutely. I'm very familiar with Jesse. Yeah.
Very great. So anyways, we got a bunch of cool stuff coming up. Brandon will probably be recording one of the podcasts he does at all times this next week.
Right. We've got 3.
He's raising babies and raising podcasts.
Boom. I got a bunch of babies.
Yeah.
Well, we've got, like I said, we've got 3 podcasts, and this becomes the 4th episode that we put out this week. So that's awesome.
Yeah, man.
We're busy. We're busy.
We're doing it.
So unless you have anything else to add,
I've got nothing else. Please date me. Please. Just show me affection and love.
Welcome to the Desperation Podcast. Very nice.
Welcome to the Sad, Sad Boy Podcast.
Well, I'll tell you what. We'll close out the show. If you enjoy...
Also give me money.
Yeah, exactly.
Go on, sorry.
If you enjoy listening to us and you want us to... or you want to help us continue making these... head over to patreon.com. We have a Patreon account. You can donate to the cause. We don't have any. A big thing with Patreon is they put things up there like if you donate X amount of dollars, you get this. We don't have anything like that yet. We're working on it. We're working on things to offer you guys aside from just continuing to do the podcast. But we get more. Cash flow coming in to help out the effort. Who's to say we don't get some merch to send you guys back? So help out if you can or if you want to. We greatly appreciate it. If you enjoy listening to our podcast and want to hear more podcasts like it, head over to questendnetwork.com. I can't say enough good things about these guys. They put on a lot of great podcasts, a lot of great articles. They live tweet, they live stream games. They talk wrestling, they talk nerd culture, they do radio dramas, like the old school radio dramas. You'll love it. Go over there, check them out. They've got a lot of entertaining product coming out. So please go check them out. Go support them. You won't regret it. You can find us on Twitter for the Taco Tuesday podcast. We are on Twitter at Taco Tuesday Pod. We're also on there at therapy_is, and now at Slam Cries Pod. Go check us out there.
Cries.
Yeah, at Slam Cries Pod.
Hell yeah.
I'm on there at Boris the Idiot, Boris the ID10T. Jake is on there at Jake Your Booty 2. We are on Instagram at Jake Your Booty 2 and at Boris the Idiot. We're also on Facebook. Go check us out on Facebook. Like I said, there's a book now option. You can book us for shows, book us for podcasts. We'll come live podcast your birthday, whatever you need. Just go check us out. Go support live local comedy. Go support live local music. Go support live local.
Yeah, just support artists.
Exactly.
We're not starving, but we are artists, and we need your help.
We're not starving, but we hungry. Thank you guys again for tuning in. You can listen to us on Spreaker, on iHeartRadio, on we are on also